Good evening once again, everybody. I'm Sam Carter here with your 11:15 sports update. If you've ever graduated from high school, chances are you've been given the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. I think the gift is supposed to illustrate that despite what plans you may have for yourself, life can take you in directions both good and bad that you never expected. Last night, that was true for reigning WNBA MVP and Cicero North native, Breanna Stewart. Things that seem to last forever. If you live in Syracuse, it's winter. If you have a girlfriend, it's Grey's Anatomy. But if you're a lacrosse fan, it's gotta be the Cornell-Syracuse rivalry. Tonight marked the 107th time the two storied programs have matched up. And to make things even more interesting, both teams came into tonight's meeting ranked in the top 10. Last night, heavy rains in Greater Rochester forced the baseball game to be postponed. But that means today we get two baseball games. How awesome is that? The Red Wings took the first game of the Twin Bill, so let's head to beautiful Rochester, New York for the nightcap.
After yesterday's embarrassing 14-point loss to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, there's no rest for the weary as Syracuse is due in less than 24 hours at Cameron Indoor to take on the #1 Duke Blue Devils. We'll have a preview of that and a lot more on NCC News Sports. Before that, I'm Sam Carter. Let's go back to the studio. Thanks so much, Keir. It is all smiles here at the Syracuse University Football Complex after a huge win against Florida State this past Saturday. And with Connecticut coming up, the Syracuse Orange, for the first time in almost 10 years, could be 5-0. I spoke with Coach Babers today, and he said they're taking it one game at a time. We'll have a lot more on this and much more in NCC News Sports coming up at 4:45. Until then, let's get back to you guys in the studio.
There's the man of the hour, Tim Tebow. My God, he's handsome. Here he shows he can hit a little bit too, lifting one over the Red Wings second baseman for a single. That would be the Mets' first hit of the game. Two batters later, here's Gregor Blanco, steps to the dish and drives one deep into this gorgeous Rochester night. It wouldn't leave the ballpark, but it would be enough to bring Tim Tebow all the way around to score, and that would be all the Mets would need as they make a banana out of this one and split the doubleheader. Now check this out. This is probably the most unbelievable play you'll ever see. Elijah Hughes from the medical school. Good. Got it. Syracuse would go into the half down only one. And in the second half, it was Busy Bee Tyus Battle getting busy. He was unbelievable. He carried the Orange for long stretches of the game. He finished with 32, but none were bigger than these two right here that would put the Orange up 89-88 in overtime. Now with 40 seconds left, Frank Howard drives to the cup, lobs it, and Pascal Chukwu treats the rim like it said something bad about his stock portfolio, and that would do it. Syracuse upsets #1 Duke in Cameron Indoor, 95-91. Syracuse wearing those crispy white throwback unis on senior night. Second period, Syracuse already up 5-3. Jacob Buttermore from distance. More like butter, yes. Still in the second, here's Jamie Trimboli, finds Brendan Curry, who makes the twang giggle. The Orange would go into the half up 7-3. Third period, Nate Solomon celebrating senior night, his second goal of the game. That would extend the Syracuse lead to 4. Now, Syracuse goalie Derek Porter was big tonight. Here's one of his 10 saves against the high-powered Cornell offense. And of course, Stephen Reifus fakes the pass and says, nah, man, it's senior night. He would have a hat trick. The Cuse would go on to win 13-8. The Orange will close the ACC portion of their schedule against UNC Chapel Hill. Now, you might as well call this kid Braxton Beverly Meryl Streep because he has unlimited range. From the tip of the logo, he would match Frank's 21. It was plays like this that would be the Orange's undoing. Frank Howard with an ugly turnover that would lead to a runout and a layup. But the Orange still had some fight. Marek Dolezaj, Slovak style, all the way to the hoop. But this was a microcosm of the game. That would lead to a runout and a dunk. After the game, Coach Boeheim said, shooting like this isn't going to get it done.
I'll give you a ride. Let's go vote. You know? My brother, let's go vote.
May and Tom Johnson have both been voting for so long, neither can remember who the first person they voted for was. However, both have faithfully voted in Syracuse for more than 40 years. Tom Johnson explains his reasoning.
Because if you didn't vote don't be complaining about what's going on in Washington.
I'm here at the Onondaga Free Library, where today May and Tom Johnson voted in a midterm election. They think it's important to have your voice heard in a democratic society. But for those who don't think it's that important, May has a message for you.
It's said from the smallest things that we do day to day, it's important. It affects your whole world. This is huge. You need to vote.
When Tom and May go to the polls, they try not to just affect the selfish present, but to improve the United States for future generations as well.
Our livelihood,
Yeah.
our children, it's just very important to have a say in what goes on, in the bigger picture to the little picture.
Thanks, guys. If you're a member of the Syracuse University Committee and you were checking your email yesterday around 1:30 p.m., you probably saw this email. It explained that despite the heavy snow, the university would stay open. Now, I got out in the cold and snow to see one group of employees that make getting to class a little easier.
They shovel, they snowblow, they even have a couple of nifty plows. That's just a few of the ways the Syracuse University grounds crew keep the 14 miles of road and 21 miles of sidewalk clear around the university. I'm here in front of the Newhouse School of Public Communication, where behind me, crews have been working in some cases since 4 in the morning, clearing the university's steps, roads, and walkways so students can get to and from class safely. And although these guys do an incredible job, they want you to know there are a few things you can do to make sure they can do their job just a little bit better.
Well, if you see any areas that has ice on it, it'd be great to report it. Steer clear. If you see us actually plowing, try to stay away from the areas that we're plowing so it won't be any accidents.
So the next time you're walking to class in a blizzard and you see one of these salt-spreading saints, give them a tip of the winter cap. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Sam Carter.
If you guys want to report something to the grounds crew, give them a call at 315-443-4984. Let's get back to you guys at the desk, yeah?